Welcome everybody here in Twitch chat and also on YouTube if you're watching this video later on over there for some Simic Adapt. I've been just really enjoying all of these different Simic decks that we've been playing here on stream. Basically all of them. They're just all really good, and this is one that we've played the most. And it has a whole lot of Ravnica Allegiance cards in it as well. So we're calling it Adapt because we have the Biomancer's Familiars in here to help reduce our cost of adapting, and we have these two spells for adapting, and we even have the Zagana in there. But it's kind of, you know, basically like it has the same shell as a lot of the other blue-green decks. We have our early creatures that help generate mana for us very quickly so that we can power out our really nice, expensive threats. We have Vivian, which is just amazing. Biogenic Ooze is pretty solid to get out, especially early. We have Krasis that you want in the very, very late game when you have a ton of mana. It is just one of the best cards in Standard. And then this deck, we actually have a whole lot of Frilled Mystics. So if we get ahead on the battlefield with our early mana creatures, we can just hold up Frilled Mystics. And while our opponent's like starting like their game plan, we're countering what they're doing and getting 3/2s out there. And that's a pretty good recipe for success as well. So... So there we go. Let's go ahead and get started. So a question here in chat. Pretty hard question to answer, but do you believe Reach is less important in Draft than in Constructed? I would say it depends on the draft format, because every draft format's different. So it really depends on how important flying is in the format and how many flying creatures there are. I would say overall it is more important in Draft than in Constructed. I think Draft is, as a whole, is more about combat and everything that evolves around combat, which Reach is a part of that. What you got? Esper Control? Yes, they can have Kaya's Wrath here, but this is just kind of the best thing for me to be doing. Huh. Interesting. Can I let Thief hit me once? I should just attack with the Biomancer's Familiar. Decide I'm just going to go with the Krasis. I should attack with the Familiar too. Or just, you know, thought out exactly what I was going to be doing before attacking. Oh yeah, reach as in the keyword reach. At least that's what I was assuming it was. So it seems to be more like an Esper mid-range kind of deck if they're playing main deck Thief than like an Esper Control with a bunch of Kaya's Wraths. But they could certainly have Kaya's Wraths as well. But it's like I wouldn't be surprised to see a hero of Precinct 1. Hmm. Oh, don't use that. That was not the mana I wanted to use. I wanted to use the Incubation Druid that time, actually. I wanted to spend, like, the 3 mana that Incubation Druid has and have the 2 left over. Oh, well. Okay. So, they're certainly going to be bringing in a lot more removal. But we could still get punked out by Thief. Hero of Precinct 1. Could be annoying. I don't know how much I really need to worry about it too much with us having Zagana and Hadana's Climb. Melody and Harpooner are like the 2 cards that I'm kind of interested in putting in the deck. And from our sideboard. Oh, you did not mean reach as in keyword. You meant as in finishing, like, damage-based things. That's probably less important in Limited. In Limited, you just always want to have, like, a better battlefield and leverage a battlefield presence. I don't know, it's kind of tough. So if I play these melodies, like, what am I not playing? All these cards are very useful. I guess I could just not play Familiar. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going with the not timing out at least. Going with actually sideboarding and not timing out. Hey, what's up, Mr. Previously? That's fine. Always had it. What's up today? We've had a real good day streaming today. We've had some pretty slow decks. Or I don't know about slow decks, but just we've had really long games that have been very close and everything. Ow. Cool, you're doing good? Take action. Wow, Frilled Mystic got to trade with 2 Hero Precinct ones. Sign me up.
I've wild animals I like. People, not so much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially the Dimir Zombie Mill deck. That's definitely one to watch on YouTube. That one's crazy.
Let's add this battle to your record of bad decisions.
I've seen squirrels hit harder. Balance comes.
I like the card advantage that Vivian provides here over just like playing some Biogenic Oozes. Like we just play Ooze, they Hostage Taker my Ooze, and you know then we're going Vivian. I like having the Vivian like look for more Frilled Mystics or Crasises. Kind of want to just take this hero. I don't like them just being able to go wide for free with hero. And that's okay with me.
My inventions bring joy.
Yeah, I can find another Growth
and
Chamber Guardian with a
others.
Vivian. No big deal.
Okay, so you've got claws. Meet my newest friend.
These
All right, Dovin out of there.
are an anomaly, not to be repeated.
I think our opponent needed to minus their Dovin. Deputy.
Not bad. For a mouse.
Alright, and I need to... type up the stuff for Azorius Visitation for the YouTube channel. Alright, well. Got a pretty easy win there. Opponent didn't put up too much of a fight. Expected that one to be a little tougher, that game. But Biogenic Ooze. And... so I wouldn't keep this on the draw in the dark, but I think on the play in the dark I can, because it's just so likely that we either draw land or draw acceleration with playing 4 Incubation Druid, 4 Land War Elf, and all the lands. It's like, we're basically going to be drawing, or even just like our other 2 drops. Like, it's pretty hard. Like, there's not very many cards that cost 4 or more in our deck to draw. You know, obviously there are some, but just, there's not a lot. And... so hopefully we draw that island. Get these Frilled Mystics to start doing stuff. Alright, not quite. That's not one I mind getting countered. Oh, like, are you talking about like drafting? There was a visual lag spike. Instead of you drafting a Lyra, you... oh, it's Assassin's Trophy. Never mind, never mind. It wasn't. Okay, so it's not as bad, but still, you Assassin's Trophy to land instead of a Lyra. So they're certainly incentivized to play an instant or sorcery spell on their turn, which means that we get to Frilled Mystic on their turn and have Frilled Mystic block the Cyclops and just kind of trade there. We'll also just counter that pretty quickly. It's like, we are not allowed to play cards that are not from Ravnica Allegiance. Even our land. Besides our basics, we haven't shown anything that's not from Ravnica Allegiance. We're just a block deck. I don't like typing Azorius Visitation. That's a difficult thing to type. Alright, let's protect the ooze. They just have like infinite cards that care about them casting instants and sorceries, but they haven't cast very many instants and sorceries because of that. Have they brought back Ravnica standard event since RNA? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean there. What's Ravnica standard event? So I guess I don't know. So hoping to hit the land drop and just be able to play Zagana here. That worked out well. Got the land drop and got to get rid of a land war elf I didn't want. And this game's looking very good for us. Unless our opponent just has a ton of 3 damage burn spells with the electrostatic field, you know, just kind of fire them all off, you know, like start with like a shock and then skewer, and just kill us. Okay, King Toll, have a good night. My Zagana. Attack. Yeah, they could have 1,000-Year Storm. We could have that next turn. You never know. So again, tomorrow we're going to be doing 12-hour stream from noon to midnight Eastern time. And whenever we get on, we'll be spending some gems, upgrading some cards or sleeves. Definitely want to get Huatli and Angrath for some avatars. You know, those are supposed to be done around 10 a.m. my time, so whenever we're on noon, you know, give them a little bit of time just in case the update goes later, because it almost always does. So we'll be able to... Yeah, those changes are supposed to take place tomorrow from, like, Eastern time is supposed to be from, like, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I'm pretty... So I want to get cards. You know, I want to like start getting like some cooler looking cards and everything. I think that, you know, that would, you know, look nice and everything. I'm worried about, you know, what it does performance wise to the stream. We've seen, as we've talked about quite a bit today, like how like whenever the games go really long and there's lots of game objects and everything, that the stream starts to lag a little bit at times. And so I'm worried that that will intensify even more with the game with like the new shiny game objects. Yeah, I guess I was kind of talking and I didn't really count out that we had lethal with an Alpha Strike. But we're going to be just fine. Give our opponent another turn. Krasis always grabs more Krasis. So I'm interested to see like how, like maybe what if we purchase like, you know, like Biogenic Ooze with like the 3D art, but we don't want it, but then it turns out that we don't really want to use it. Like, do we have to use it? You know, basically, like, does it just replace the card in your collection? Is it, you know, we'll kind of see, is it like something you can toggle on and off or something? It'll be, you know, gonna want to see like the kind of setup and everything. Glacial Edge asks, which Simic do you think is a better standard choice, this adapt version or quasi-dupla ooze? Honestly, I'm not sure. They're pretty similar. I don't know. Honestly. I've had pretty good success with both of them. So we're playing against like this Spell Matters kind of deck. I think I want these melodies instead of climbs. And kind of that's about it. Could play some negates instead of Vivians. But I'm a little worried about like Drakes, but I don't know if I want to bring in all this stuff. You know, like this is, our opponent's just kind of doing their own thing. I think like Electrostatic Field or Enigma Drake, something like that could be a pretty scary card that I'm just going to bring in these melodies. Yeah, they do look really good. The reason why we would want to toggle it is if it turns out it's making the stream too laggy kind of thing. But they do look really good, and it'd be cool to have some, but it may be like the best investment for me to just be getting like all of these Ravnica Allegiance Simic cards, because I like them quite a bit, and like they're kind of the cards I play the most, and they're going to be, you know, in standard for a while. Or if I do stuff like Nicol Bolas, that's maybe not in standard for nearly as long. This is not a very good hand to keep, I guess. Lightning Mare, huh? Cool, you've been playing this adapt version at FNM and it's been really good. Nice. Deck, we don't need more oozes. But can't be blocked by blue creatures. That's annoying. I think I would just like throw out, if the Krasis could block the Lightning Mare, I think I would just play a 1/1 Krasis here just to block that Lightning Mare. Honestly, but the Krasis cannot block the Mare. Two Krasis still can't block Mare. 2/2 wouldn't even block a Piston Fist Cap Cyclops or whatever very well. Let's just see if they play a spell here that I get to Frilled Mystic, and then have Frilled Mystic block Cyclops. You know, the hope is, the real hope is that there are nothing lags more because of the cards. Like the cards have no greater effect than like what the cards have right now, that there's just no difference in which cards. That's the greatest hope, is that there's no difference. Alright, so I shouldn't have kept my hand. It's a bad keep. Their plan's Lightning Mare and stuff like that. Ripjaw's not bad. I throw a couple Ripjaws in there and a negate instead of my Vivians. Yeah, our opponent's playing some jank. We can start oozing next turn. No red mana for the opponent yet. There's the red source, there's the lightning strike. Let's get more land drops. Dang. Yeah, Biogenic Ooze is a sweet card. I definitely like it quite a bit. I thought it was like really powerful when it first came out. We were having a lot of success with it, and then there was just so many finalities everywhere, and we just weren't doing nearly as good with it. And that's a pretty good card in that scenario. But then recently, then the last like 3 weeks or so, it's gone back. There hasn't been as many finalities. I don't know. Biogenic Ooze is just kind of taking over again for us, and it's been, you know, really, really powerful again. It's technically better to attack and then play your stuff afterwards here, so they don't have the information that that ooze is going to be growing and that kind of stuff, but playing fast. Fast and loose with the ooze. Yeah. That's a good point. Ooze from, like, facing the Reclamation decks, them always having ooze and like after sideboard is really annoying. All right, 2 and 0. These games are a little quicker than what we were just playing with Azorius Visitation. Let's keep it going. Speaking of Azorius Visitation, need to make a YouTube thumbnail. We get to play first. We're so lucky. And our hand's great. So lucky. Man, Land of Worlds is really good. We're gonna miss that one. That looks good. Come on, draw land. Let me have turn 3 Vivian. Hooray! Do I want to start oozing for turn 3? Nah, probably Vivian.
No, how this thing goes is up to you, pal.
And hopefully they don't kill either of my creatures, so we can have a 4/4 Krasis next turn.
Scars are lessons written in skin. You can't stop nature.
That was close. We're not doing good with the whole find more lands thing. Our opponent had a real good hand, though, with that Phoenix coming in. So we're on the back foot here. You know, they just have Coil for Krasis. We're in trouble. Maybe I should have gone Ooze. The problem with Ooze is I thought that Ooze would just get coiled right away, but maybe I should have just gone Ooze and save Vivian for after a Drake comes into play. At least there's no more Drakes coming. Or no more Phoenixes coming right now.
Every defeat is a new beginning.
It's better auto tap right. Please don't kill my druid. I need all that mana the druid can provide. Well then.
Think you can beat me? You're welcome to just hold this lightning rod.
Thanks.
It's not good. I mean, so I can kill their Phoenix with my Ranger, but then they just get their Phoenix back. Oh, come on, I needed a land here. I really want to go Familiar and Growth Chamber Guardian.
Decisions.
Thanks, Ramen Noodles. Don't think we're winning this. Yeah. So if I would have gone Ooze on turn 3 instead of Vivian, how would that have really helped us? I don't know if it would have. The Electromancer has been awesome. Jeez. Main deck Melody. And main deck Ral in the Phoenix deck. We're just getting annihilated here.
The search for the unknown.
Did they even hit a land drop last turn? I just have all spells in hand. We are so dead. There's Phoenix number 2. Our opponent took our game plan against us. Have some like good blockers, play a 5-mana planeswalker that just takes over the game. That's our game plan. 3 Phoenixes. Let's just go Krasis for 6. Get that Bacon Bolt's out of there. I do have the ability, of course, to have Rauken minus again to kill the Krasis. But, you know, can't really stop that.
Creature class supercharged energy equals.
Don't know if we're gonna have enough in our sideboard here. Do we play negates? See us playing kind of all these cards. I don't want Familiar. That's just like the 2/2. I don't really like Zagana. I mean, Zagana's okay. Biogenic Ooze is just really expensive. We'll just fly over it. Phoenix is tough. Phoenix is going to be a tough one. There's a lot of cards in here that I don't love. We're going to have to get out early to have Frilled Mystic help us. Yeah, Melody Row, or just getting whatever cantrip to help to make it harder for them to get their Phoenix back. And so I don't love all these Harpooners and Canopies against Phoenix. I just don't play the Canopies. So this is 63. Just cutting Climb and Zagana. I don't want to cut Jade Light. Frilled is pretty meh. We have a lot of pretty meh cards. I think on the draw I'm not going to play Frilled, but I want it on the play. Because of Just they're heavy hitters, you know, like Crackling Drake, Ral, Melody, all that kind of stuff. Even just, you know, Frilled Mystic counter a Chart a Course is really nice for us. Good card. Come on. Where's our lands? Yeah, this is Boards of Canada. Would have loved to Frilled Mystic that. Our creature stayed alive. Wow. Found a Phoenix with Discovery. Let's get the encounter. Not let them draw two. My deck's not good against Electromancer, which is a huge problem. We need Krasis. We're just dead. Great hand, opponent. Great hand. Had basically everything that was, you know, really good. That was just a great hand. Yeah. Double Phoenix through hard counter spell on turn 4. And also having removal before that to slow me down. You know, they had removal on turn 2. And then, you know, double Phoenix on turn 4 through a counterspell. It's tough to beat. Yeah, the only thing I have for Electromancer is the Entrancing Melody. That's the card. That's the only card I have for it. But their hand was loaded. Anyway, because I've played the Phoenix deck a little bit, and it's not that's not that common of a hand. But anyway, let's go ahead and go on to the next one. So we're 2-1. Gobos. Okay, maybe not goblins. Or this could be Divine Visitation goblins. It's a good use for Skirk Prospector. Nope. Yep. No, yeah, no, Liliana's Contract for a win condition would not work. Like, that's the one if you control 4 more demons, and for the mill deck, no, you don't want a card like that. The deck doesn't need to be watered down anymore with cards like that. It's a tough call. I want to just trade with the War Boss. Does make my Growth Chamber Guardian a whole lot worse, though. Not necessarily a whole lot worse. Let's just get this War Boss off the battlefield. They got 3 cards left. We'll counter whatever their next thing is with this Frilled Mystic. And can trade there. Yeah, Trash Master. That's a great one to counter. If we don't If we didn't trade, we could have had Growth Chamber Guardian plus Adapt plus Adapt. Basically, we could have had a 6/6 Growth Chamber Guardian that last turn. But with us having the Frilled Mystic and everything, you know how that played out. I think that was a fine trade for us. Opponent is all about that attacking. A little surprised they attacked with the War Chief. Yeah, I think this is Heroic Reinforcements. Yep, I bet this is probably Heroic Reinforcements deck. It's a good call there. Something we gotta be worried about. Reinforcements would deal us 5 here. I guess I could have a deal 4 if I blocked the 3/3 with my 3/3. Looks like we got game 1. Know any sweet Dovin's Acuity mill decks? I do not. I do think Dovin's Acuity is a little bit of an underrated card. I think it's pretty solid. And you just don't see that card around very much. Whoa. Was not expecting that settle. Good thing we had this Frilled Mystic. Dang. Settle the Wreckage in like this aggressive attacking deck? Just never see it coming game 1. Just never saw it coming. Let's go Ripjaw, Brontodon. You know, get our blockers in there. Take out a Climb, 2 Climb, a Vivian, and maybe another Vivian. Yeah. Seeing if they have like a Divine Visitation, if that is something they have, we have Brontodon to go along with the Vivian. I feel like Melody may be a little expensive for us. You know, we're spending like 5 mana to get rid of a Legion War Boss. Yeah. I kind of feel like my opponent should have just not cast the Settle and not show that to me, because I would just run into it for sure another game. Because they knew about the Frilled Mystic that I had explored to the top, you know, that card was revealed. That's a good point. Prospector would prevent the Entrancing Melody steal on any goblin. True, true. No blocks. No blocks for us. Alright, there's third land for the opponent. Alright, good ol' our opponent knowing about Frilled Mystic. It'll just... Obvious. Hey opponent, I'm going to counter whatever spell you play. What would you like to play? Oh, no spell? No spell November? And Incubation Druid is great. Alright, and Ancestral Krasis. What's up, Hawkeye? Are you ready for dinner? Revival? Our Ravnica Allegiance set deck featuring Jadelight Ranger is going pretty good. Alright, 3-1. And moving on. We can beat our next opponent. We get to our final boss fight. Second final boss of the day. We lost to the final boss earlier with Azorius Visitation, so we need to make up for that. Try to get that 5-win dream. Hit that one time here on this Tuesday night. The Wall of Fur. Ooh, this could be a good one. It's facing Sultai. Yeah, this could be a good match. We'll see. I expect cast down there. Ooh, good. No cast down. Nice. Can we have Frilled Mystic next turn? Alright, no Thief of Sanity. That's good. Ooh, that's a good one to counter. Playing the forest here instead of the island so it looks less like we have a counter spell. Take action. So I could let them have Vraska Golgari Queen. If I could slam Vivian and let them have Vraska. I'm gonna do that.
Come to me.
Because, yep. Opponent plays the Contempt.
I've seen worse.
We have another Vivian for the next turn. I wouldn't mind a Land War Elf here.
Let's tear this. The wilds are my shield.
They have second Contempt?
I'll be back.
Tilt.
Just like before.
Alright, so now we have Mystic. Because I can't really let a Find Finality resolve. if they don't cast anything, if they didn't cast anything, I was going to be adapting the Incubation Druid, but I can't really let that find finality resolve. Let them have both those spells. Alright, so now our Druid does not die to finality if they have another one. You know, if they hit the land drop and have another finality. I didn't want to just play Biogenic Ooze into a finality here. That's annoying. I'm just going to play into a finality. They'd have to hit this land drop and actually have another finality. Attack. Alright, so they did have another finality. There goes all the Growth Chamber Guardians. Alright, not expecting another one. Let's go Ooze time. Whose time is it anyway?
I only pick targets that interest me.
I can't see the screen.
Lucky you.
There you go. Thanks, boy.
I wanted that taken out too.
My Druid. No. Gonna get to some. Well, that block doesn't make any sense.
I won't forgive this.
Certainly expecting another finality, I guess, but there we go. We can get some more lands out of that Jade Light. Do they have a third? Already used two. You got a third? Do not have a third. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My Crisis is for 7. Wait. 4, 8. Wait, this is just lethal. Alright, so we spent a lot more mana than our opponent. And that's what, in this kind of matchup, this mid-range mirror here, spending more mana than your opponent is what is key. And we were able to do that. We came out ahead. So I want the melodies in. And I want a couple negates. And I do not want Zagana Familiar. Maybe one negate. I like Climb quite a bit. Decent amount. Good amount. Certainly pretty spell heavy. They had both Contempts. They had, you know, Fine Finalities. They had Little Vraska. They had a lot of spells. But Hostage Taker is like one of the cards that we want to see the least, for sure. Raptor gets outclassed by kind of everything. It does not get finality'd, but it's not... You don't really want a 4-mana card that doesn't have any ETB effect against a Hostage Taker deck. That, you know, just takes it and... Or, you know, Chupacabra deck, kind of the same kind of thing. Certainly need your cards to be, especially your more expensive cards, to be generating value. So very slow hand for us here on the draw. Alright, turn 3 Druid. Right at the right time for that Druid. Perfect time to get Hostage Takered.
Every fight. I've seen things that would break someone like you.
I'd like to play my own Vivian. But they're going to be able to attack mine with their Jade Light. We're just going to be very far behind, I think. Our best chance of winning this is getting Ooze out on the table to pressure Vivian. I don't know of any treasure map bug, Joive. We just had a bunch of treasure maps in our Azorius Visitation deck that we just had, and I didn't notice any bugs.
Come to me.
Interesting. Man, 1 mana off. Play like Krasis for 2, play Climb on the Krasis, flip the Climb. Need 1 more mana to put it on. Like an Ooze. I'm hoping they tap out, whatever they do. Or at least... Well... Okay, maybe not, because... Yeah, that's the card. That was the one card, I guess. I didn't want them to tap out for that one. But we're going to be able to have, like, 4/4 with the Climb coming back after that. Do I have any card wishes in Modern Horizons that can make Sultai Eternal Command viable? I don't know. I feel like... Yeah, I don't really know what it's missing. I feel like Trophy's probably a good addition to that deck, because yeah, when I was playing that was before Assassin's Trophy was a card. I think that would be a good addition to the deck just right now. What cards it's missing? This is unfortunate for the opponent, obviously. It's just really too bad they, you know, had to go down to 4 there. Yeah, Negate is the card that I want to fit Negate in this matchup, honestly. I just don't know. I couldn't really find cards that I want to take it out, but yes, I would like to have... I have 1 Negate in right now. I would like with sideboarding, I would like to have a 2nd or 3rd Negate as well. There wasn't anything necessarily pressing to take out. So using Jade Light to dig for our 5-mana spells, you know, Biogenic Ooze, Vivian, all that kind of stuff. Correct. I could not... My opponent was going to ultimate the Vivian. The last song? Yeah, I got you, Yud. It was down by Marian Hill. Marian Hill, M-A-R-I-A-N. And the song name was Down. Alright, so that is 4-1. So unfortunately, our opponent had to mulligan to 4 there that 3rd game. That happens sometimes, though. So let's go to our final boss playlist, because we got 4 wins, and that means it's time for that. Here we go. Final boss time. Love all the final boss emotes in the chat. Love it. Hawkeye's like, no, I'm the tough one around here. Love this hand. Good mana. Llanowar Elf Incubation Druid. I will keep every hand that has Island, Breeding Pool, Forest, Llanowar Elf Incubation Druid. Doesn't even matter what the other 2 cards are. You want to fight it? You can bite the pen. There you go. You don't have to bite me. Opponent's going to 6. Wow. Ooh, pen. All right, Christophalis. Go ahead. There you go. good game. All right, play your cards. Come on. Yeah, and Frilled Mystic and Biogenic Ooze is a really good payoff. It's true for our opening hand with the fast mana that we have. Okay, what's our opponent doing? What is this? Come on, let's just play some Magic. Come on, opponent. What are you doing? Hey, Feature with a 4-month resub there. Happy 4 months, the best looking cat on Twitch. Thank you so much, Feature. Looks like our opponent's being kind of a jerk here. Just not doing anything. Let's get the sub battle countdown going down to 109. So how's everybody else's day been today? We got some time to chat here. Remember, tomorrow we're doing the 12-hour stream from noon to midnight, and it'll be fun kind of seeing like how the new cosmetics and everything's work. Yeah, I'm excited for that update too tomorrow, Jelly. I believe our opponent's just going to be doing this every single turn. Guessing they don't... I don't know. We'll see if they have Gates Ablaze. Alright, no Gates Ablaze. It's going to be activating this Incubation Druid. Here at end step, if we don't have to Frilled Mystic anything. Cool, Nimbus Maze, yeah. Hope to see you tomorrow. So speaking of 12-hour streams, so we have, so that we're doing that tomorrow. Our next goals for the next 12-hour streams are these 4 things here, over here. The closest one we're at right now is we've had 7 out of 10 people order a new pair of underwear with MeUndies. My referral link does get you 15% off of your entire purchase, your first purchase there at MeUndies. So if you want to need to refresh your basics, and you can also have underwear sent to your door every month as well. So they did not play a land there. Thanks, Feature. Any Prime Speaker Vannifar decks viable? Yeah. Sultai, we had a lot of success with Sultai. We had a few different Vanifar decks. We went back to back 2 days. We went we got 5 wins with, there we go. We got 5 wins with a Bant version and then a Sultai version. I think the Sultai version's better. I mean, it's basically just like regular Sultai. Yeah, that'd be nice, Philo. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Harry's, you can get $3 for your trial set. Just $3. Free shipping. Get yourself a new razor. That one's just such a great deal. We only need 5 people to sign up for that through Harry's. No, I understand, Parappa. Dun dun. MeUndies is the one of the 4 companies that does not have a notification thing set up. So the other 3, if you place an order, there should be a notification that pops up on the screen, and then you know, the referral goes through. You may need to whitelist the site though. You know, turn off your ad blocker, kind of thing, just for the site to have that all work. They have some with some otters on them. There you go. Yeah, how can you say no to that? If you sign up for the subscription thing on MeUndies, I know you get, you know, like calling it like a member, you get like another 33% off also. So you can get like 33% off for doing that, then also 15% off for the referral link too. We have a 3-turn clock going here. Fortunately, I'm 1 point away from like countering something with Frilled Mystic and then killing them. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, got game 1. So let's see. We want all the negates. Couple melodies for these rams. We're gonna have a lot of sweepers. Bajanaku's, I guess, isn't usually that good here in this matchup because of the sweepers and everything. Maybe I'll just take that card out. You're gonna get some crushing canopies for Summit and Krasis. I guess we could have gone Bronto, same kind of thing. I'm going with the Crushing Canopy. I guess it costs like one less, because like if you play Brontodon early, you know, it can just get swept up and then it doesn't actually kill the thing. So you kind of like need to wait for like the thing to be on the battlefield, and then it costs 4 mana. Okay, waiting on your opponent. Yes, we have been waiting on our opponent for a long time. Okay, what do we got? Okay hand, not amazing. Specifically because like the mana creatures are not as reliable here against Gates Ablaze, and we don't really have interaction for like a big ram or anything like that. But to be fair, we don't really have a ton of interaction in our deck in general. Yeah, to have pets I have. You can see Hawkeye's tail right there. Just barely in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. I have 1 cat and 2 dogs. See, right down there. That's Hawkeye. Hawkeye. Come here. Meow. Here. Good boy. So I think my next turn, I want to just play Jade Light. I don't know if I'm supposed to be keeping the Krasis, but it's kind of hard not to keep Krasis, right? Like, Krasis can cycle and everything. I don't really want to play another Druid and have 2 Druids get Gates Ablazed. Like, if my opponent's going to blaze away the Druid and the Jade Light, I'd rather them do that than another Druid kind of thing. They do have 4 gates right now. Yeah, this is Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Scott, I have like a final boss playlist that has some epic music from video games, movies, I already said that one. TV. This is the breaking of the Fellowship. It's like the end of the movies, I suppose. 3, 4, 5, 6. Krasis for 6. Kind of a tough discard. I want to keep the lands. I kind of like the Llanowar Elf as well. Same with Druid. So you have my stuff gets swept up. I would discard the Jade Light, honestly. Or Growth Chamber Guardian. One of those two. I guess I would probably get rid of the land. We'll probably find another land. Yeah, we'll find more lands. You would discard the elf. I could certainly see discard an elf. So they did not hit a land drop last turn. So they did not play a land last turn. So we'll see if they have any lands or not. I'm willing to make that trade. Rams just get bigger. Krasis does not. So do we want to attack for 6? I think so. I don't necessarily need to play another large Krasis here. We'll have Growth Chamber Guardian activation. So technically, if our opponent doesn't play anything, we do have lethal, but it's just so unlikely that our opponent's gonna do nothing. Down to 11. Entrancing Melody. That'd be our best draw. We draw an Entrancing Melody. What do you think, Deck? Oh, it was blue. I was thinking that was it. Thought that was it. So we have Krasis for a lot. Hey, what's up, Shame? Thanks for that resub here for the 3rd month. So we could Krasis for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Krasis for 9. It's pretty big. Or I could just go real wide with Growth Chamber Guardians, but against the Gates Ablaze deck, going really wide's not too not too great. Alright, Druid, Forest. Alright, let's get that sub-battle countdown all the way down, 108. Keep that moving on down. Music in the kitty. Yeah, Hawkeye's just the best. Yeah, you're the best. Here, come here. Wow. You're the best. Ow. Yeah, they could Melody our Krasis. For sure. Okay. That should be it. Opponent's just passing. This should be the victory attack. We have negate and double Frilled Mystic here. We have 3 counter spells. Oh, they're at 14. How'd they get to 14? This is not lethal. Never mind. Tilt. Okay, well, never mind. I was, I was looking at Hawkeye and stuff, and I did not realize they were at 14. I thought I was attacking for lethal. Okay, well, certainly could have taken their thing. All right, we'll have another turn. Yeah, our opponent was at 11, and then the Plaza. I don't know why I was thinking that was lethal. I guess we get our opponent gets another turn, so we're gonna have to wait. I just didn't look at their life total. I had good faith that the Krasis was lethal, and obviously it was not. So could have just definitely attacked with all. Sorry, opponent. So we gotta wait just a little bit longer. to have lethal here. Just a little longer for me to attack. And get this 5-win dream. Oh, nice. You saw the Raptors versus Bolts tonight, Zer? First ever NBA game in person. I know it's not as good as a hockey game. You know, hockey games are the best, but it's still exciting for sure. All right, whatever. You can have your Gate Colossus. Yeah, well, it wasn't hockey, but you got your overpriced beer, popcorn, and hot dogs, so all good. Dun, dun, dun. Our opponent did have mana troubles both games. This game, they didn't have more than 4 lands for a while. The first game, they didn't have a green source for a while. Alright. Yeah, they've drawn not many gates. They're wasting the time here, but let's go and just play this victory fanfare. And that's a 5-win for Simic Adapt. Ooh. Got our gems upgraded. 60 gems. We're going to need those gems. The cost, it takes 1,000 gems to get, you know, rares upgraded to like the new cards and stuff. So we're going to need all these gems we can get. So overall, we overall, the deck was good. You know, like I said at the beginning of this, I've just been really enjoying these Simic decks. And, you know, we played a couple different, you know, Quasi-Dupla Ooze has been putting up good results. This one, even our Simic Elves deck that we've been playing has also been putting up really good results. All of them are just really strong and been really enjoying them. So this one's no exception there. Okay. Yeah, your butt's in the way. Gonna move you. Yeah, Simic has been just great. You know, just lots of mana creatures, Hydroid Krasis, and then good. It has pretty good interaction for a lot of the decks with like stuff like Frilled Mystic, Harpooner, Canopy, Negate. Vivians are awesome. Biogenic Ooze lets you go wide. The biggest weakness to a deck like this is like mono white aggro, and we have not been facing very much mono white aggro, and that would be like the thing that we would not want to see. That would just like get on the battlefield really quickly and go really wide, really big. Even like also like a green white tokens, like basically green white tokens, mono white aggro. Those are like the decks that we don't want to be facing, Yes, I know it's dinner time for you. So there we go. So if you're watching this video later on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button over there. But thanks for watching. I will see you for the next video.